No one has been higher on the planet than one of the people to my right, and Commander Chris Hadfield. I just want to welcome you back to Fort McMurray. You've been here last month, but now you actually got to see a little bit of the area. And one event that's happening right now in Fort McMurray is the International Air Show. Yeah. And we actually spoke with one of the pilots who is a CF-18 pilot, yep. And he's doing a bunch of tricks during the air. I just want to reminisce back on your days as a CF-18 pilot back in Cold Lake. What was that experience like? Because I know you had to be one of the top pilots in that area.
Yeah, I've been a pilot my whole life. I joined the Air Cadets when I was 13 or 14, and they taught me to fly. And then I was in the Air Force 25 years, and one of the planes I flew was a CF-18. Terrific human invention, just an amazingly capable machine. I flew it both as a fighter pilot in NORAD, intercepting Soviet bombers in Canadian airspace, and then later as a test pilot to try and make the airplane fly better, and did a lot of different test programs. So it's a wonderful extension of three-dimensional human capability.
Speaking on that experience, you've spoken to a lot of different kids right across the country, worldwide even, and that kind of helps inspire kids because you had to be the top pilot in Canada in order to get to where you were in NASA.
Yeah, the Canadian Space Agency has only hired astronauts 3 times. And so the odds of becoming an astronaut are very slim. But I think the necessity to be inspired is really fundamental to success. If you don't have an inspiration, if you don't know where you're headed in life, then it's kind of hard to make decisions that take you where you want to go.
These kids look up to you so much, like there's no question there. Is there any particular group that you've spoken to, or any group right across the country where a particular subject keeps getting brought up to you? Like usually there's a question that keeps getting brought up, whether it's do aliens exist or what's space like?
Sure. When I was on the space station last year, I was up there for almost half a year, halfway around the sun. And it gave me time to answer all those questions because I've heard the questions so many times, 21 years in the astronaut corps in the Canadian Space Agency. I knew what people are most interested in. How do you go to the bathroom in space? How do you sleep? How do you brush your teeth? How do you trim your mustache? How do you cut your hair? What does the world look like? What's it like to be weightless? How do you prepare food? How do you digest food? What's the science you're up doing there? What makes the space station fly? Just all the curiosities that people have asked over and over. And I worked with a videographer down in Montreal at the Space Agency, and she would take my little videos and make a little 2-minute YouTube. And between all of them, they've been seen hundreds of millions of times. So not only was it kind of fun to make the videos, and they're kind of entertaining to watch, but it also serves the purpose of educating people. And when you see something new, like wringing out a cloth without gravity, the behavior of the water is so different than you expect that it just makes you think differently. And that's the purpose of all of it. Exploration helps you see things a different way and maybe inspire someone to try something different or do something different with their life.
Now I asked you, would you ever tweet me back? So I had this thought, and I brought this up here, and I'm curious. Now what I've written is, don't just reach for the stars, reach past them, because you never know where your imagination can take you. Would that be something you'd like to retweet?
Sure, I'll retweet. Well, I won't retweet it, but I'll respond to it. How about that?
I can live with that.
All right.
That's a win in my book, the way I look at it.
And the real key is that it rests within each one of us. It rests within ourselves. The decisions that we make are the ones that help us to reach further than we could have reached in the past. And so yeah, I look forward to getting that tweet, and I'll respond to it. Shall we push a tweet together? Sure. What do you think?
Let's. I'll let you give the magical command.
Okay, this going to be weird to retweet back to myself, but here we go. There, it's sent. All right, excellent. I'll be looking for it next time I get online.
Thank you very much, Commander Hadfield. Welcome back to Fort McMurray.
It's a beautiful time of year to be back. Thanks very much.
And you're watching Go on Shaw.